Once we finish building this debugger, I wanted to show you what this is going to look like. So we'll have our main method that starts the debug server in Java, right? So we can run this. Now our VM's running in debug mode, so we could set breakpoints in our code and see what's going on if things are acting funny. Meanwhile, we can go over and open a file and put some VM code in it. And I have installed the debug extension. So if you go into the extensions marketplace and search for brew debugger, you'll find it. You need to install that. Once you've got that installed, this file should get syntax highlighting, and then we should have this debug button here. I think I can also just hit F5 when I'm in this file. Maybe not. But if we hit this, we'll start the brew debugger. We hit a breakpoint. Actually, it's not a breakpoint. It just stopped on the first line of the program. And then we can also go over to the debug view here, and we'll see the normal things, right? We'll see our local variables. We're in main. I have it hard-coded to just show 5 locals. We have a global variable called opstack that has nothing in it right now. We can step through code. So if I step and 3 gets pushed on the stack, you can see it over here. If we step again, it'll get stored in local 0. And now it has a value of 3. We can see our call stack here. So we're in the main function and we're stopped on line 22. We can also step inside of function call. So here we go into fib. And if I let it continue to run, it will stop when it hits a breakpoint. We can do that again because Fibonacci is recursive. So we can see here that main called fib, which called fib again. We're on line 8 in one invocation and 10 in the other. We can also click on these stack frames. And for each one, it will show us the locals in that stack frame. So in main, we've got 3 in our first local. In the first call to fib, X is 5, and the locals are all 0. And in the second call, X is 3. We can also step out. So if I hit step out, it will continue to run until we return from this call to fib. And now we're back to the previous call to fib. So it works pretty much like the VS Code debugging in Java does. And so this is going to be very useful as we add more opcodes to our VM. And later on, this is going to support more languages. So when we start building the brew language, we'll be able to step through brew programs and watch what's going on inside our VM at the same time. When you're doing this, you're going to have 2 debug sessions running. So pay attention to that. Up here, this is debugging the file main VM. Right? Debug file is the name of the command in the VM or the brew debugger. And then if we switch to main, now we're looking at the Java program that's running, right? So we have 2 different debuggers running. We can stop them independently. Also over here, if you're in the debug view, the call stack here, yeah. Basically, we have the one from main, and then we have the debug file one. So this is the one coming from the brew debugger. So you can see these both at the same time. If you select a stack frame in the Java VM, you're going to see Java variables and what's going on with the Java process. And if you select the one in our brew debugger, then you'll see the things that we are supplying here.